The term unbiblical gets tossed around in doctrinal and ecclesiastical disputes of every kind, from Protestant critiques of Catholic and Eastern Orthodox teaching to the intramural fights within Protestantism itself, even in disputes within individual denominations. That's unbiblical functions like a trump card. Go straight back to the text. Do not pass go, do not collect $200. Since sola scriptura drives most Protestant approaches, the charge at face value carries real weight. It recenters the debate on our common denominator, the 66-book Protestant canon. And that isn't outright a bad thing. A productive argument needs shared ground. Otherwise, we just talk past each other. If both sides agree on the court of appeal, we can actually test which system holds together logically, philosophically, historically, theologically, and yes, scripturally. To put this in perspective, imagine a Christian debating an atheist about whether anger or hatred or ill will toward one's brother is wrong. Quoting Jesus' words of, "Whoever is angry with his brother will be liable to judgment" in Matthew 5:22 and "Love your enemies" in Matthew 5:44 won't persuade someone who denies Jesus' divine authority. In their eyes, he might be a moral teacher, a famous carpenter, or perhaps a deluded but otherwise solid fellow, but not the voice of God. So in this instance, his words carry little to no weight when it comes to the debate at hand. Arguments are rarely convincing when they stand on ground the other side doesn't share. To argue your position effectively, you need to find common ground and build your case from there. In the aforementioned scenario, the atheist may rightly point out that your point does not stand as you are appealing to ground he or she does not accept as valid. And that's exactly what's happening in the charge. That's unbiblical. It claims your position has stepped off the common foundation and onto fringe ground, losing its footing in the shared source both sides acknowledge as legitimate. In practice, it's shorthand for, your view is unreliable because it cannot stand within the text we both accept. At face value, it's a heavy charge indeed. The only problem is that it loses its rhetorical weight upon further inspection. The claim is that their opponent has stepped off common ground, but different traditions have different understandings of the scope of common ground. So unbiblical can vary vastly in meaning across the spectrum of beliefs in this regard. Some traditions restrict it to what Scripture explicitly states. Others include what follows by good and necessary consequence. Others allow adiaphora, things indifferent, so long as the gospel isn't obscured. Still others judge by Scripture's moral trajectory. Today I want to briefly examine the metaphysics, the underlying rules of authority and inference at work in That's Unbiblical, and then walk through how each tradition actually draws that line.